Hey guys, welcome to Joe Knows, and I've been talking to you a little bit we talked about having a dream for your life, having vision, hearing vision from God, and I told you last time that I was going to talk to you about dreams, God speaking to us in dreams, so that's kind of what I want to do today. I want to talk to you about the idea that God can and does speak to His people in dreams. So again, I call this Joe Knows because I share with you things that I know that I've experienced, and it's not necessarily, I'm not doing lots of research, I'm not like trying to prove the things that I'm saying are true. I'm trying to share with you experiences I've had so that you can take them, almost like if we were sitting in a coffee shop, if you were sitting here in my house, in my office, and we were just talking, and I would share with you some of my experiences. So on the dreams thing, it's been something that has been happening with me recently, and I'd say the past year. And it's been really interesting because it really pretty much started when I began to pray in tongues. So as I would pray in tongues late at night before I go to sleep, then I would go to sleep, and a lot of times I wake up and things that I was thinking about, struggling with, praying about the night before, praying in tongues about, I usually pray in my heavenly language when I don't know what to say. And I found that, maybe I'm facing something, there's a challenge, and when I wake up in the morning, immediately the answer comes to me. And just very quickly. Sometimes 2, 3, 4 different bullets where I just grasp it and I now have the solution for the thing I was praying about the night before. Okay, but that's not exactly God speaking to you or to me in a dream, but I think that's God using sleep to let things settle in and then opening my eyes when I wake up. So that happens a lot. It happened this week where, I was struggling with something, and after praying about it the night before, I woke up and answers came to me. But this idea of God speaking to dreams, this is a little bit deep. I haven't fully unpacked it, but there have been times that God will allow me to revisit something that I used to struggle with, but no longer struggle with. And He allows me to revisit that thing in my dream. So I'm facing something, I'm dealing with something that I'm not presently struggling with, but I never really overcame it. It just stopped being an issue. And God will bring me to a dream where I'm facing that thing head on. In my dream, feeling all the emotions I felt. Some of these things were years ago. Some of them maybe not years ago, but maybe months ago. But things from the past, and God will take me in a dream back to that place. And when I wake up, He will help me to understand how I could have dealt with that differently when I was facing it. And so I would say, Lord, why am I? Because these are not fun dreams. I mean, think of something. Maybe you were young and you had a fear, and maybe something really terrorized you. Well, now, you're not dealing with that. Maybe you had a fear of getting bullied in school. Okay? Well, nobody's bullying you anymore, but now you have a dream where you are being bullied, and in the dream, you have the opportunity to not only survive it, but to actually overcome it. And so that's an example. That's maybe a trivial example, but for me, it was some things that I struggled with as a pastor, pastoring a church, leading a church, and there were some things that I just never was able to overcome. They plagued me. They brought me down, and I don't pastor a church anymore, so I don't have to deal with it anymore. But He'll let me face that again in a dream. And while I'm dreaming, He's helping me to overcome it, not just cope with it. And when I wake up, I'm able to assess, kind of like what I said, when I wake up and I have the answer. Well, now, when I wake up from that dream, now I know what I could have and should have done to have overcome it. And I asked Him why. I said, Lord, why am I having to relive things from the past that I never overcame? Yes, I'm overcoming them in my dream. Yes, I'm waking up with the answers, but I don't have to deal with these things anymore. I'm not planning to pastor a church again. So why do I? And he helped me to understand. He said, Joe, I'm letting you never overcame it, so I'm allowing you to overcome it in the dream so that you can help others overcome that same struggle in their lives more quickly. Now that for me was an aha. So what I want to say to you is, God does speak to us in dreams, and he can do a whole lot of things. He can do anything he wants, can speak to us any way he wants. But for me, as of late, I have been having to reface struggles from my past, no longer struggling with it, struggles from my past, having to face them, overcome them in the dream, and then after the dream, have an understanding of, by the way, these dreams feel like nightmares to me. And the reason is so that I can help others in my ministry now as a Square One pastoral coaching counselor, so I can help other people who face those things to overcome those things quicker than I did. In fact, some of them I never overcame. I'm overcoming those things in my dreams now, but there's a purpose. So I want to wrap up by saying this. Can God speak to his people? Yes. Does he speak to his people? Yes, in many ways. One of those ways is in dreams. I'm experiencing that. It's really been mostly the past year. And it's not always fun, but it's delightful, and it brings greater freedom and greater power in your life to overcome the things you face. So what I would say to you is this, I never asked for him to speak to me in dreams, but if you're having recurring types of dreams, when you wake up, think about it. Pray about it and ask God if there is something that he's teaching, and if this is a new way he's dealing with you. And if it is, embrace it and enjoy it. God bless you. I'll talk to you next week.
Hi, I want to share an awesome testimonial with you about a couple that I met with this last week who's been blessed by Square One Ministries. This couple have been working on their different temperaments, on how to face conflict, and how to work together as a team in their marriage. And this is just one of the many testimonials that will be posted on our website, so make sure you're tuning in every single week so you can see all the different faces. Who knows? Maybe you'll see a familiar face on there as well. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a blessed day, and I'll see you next week.